Tonight's news focus, US tariffs has minimal impacts on Sarawak, exports focus on Asian and EU countries. Swedish companies ready to expand collaboration with Sarawak in green energy development. Embrace, revisit, rethink, recharge a mindset, civil servants told. Assalamualaikum and good evening. Sarawak's economy has not been significantly affected following the implementations of tariffs on imported goods from the United States, US, which will take effect on April 9, 2025. Sarawak Premier Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Dr. Abang Abdul Rahman Zohari Tun Dr. Abang Openg said this is because Sarawak's economy does not depend on the US market. According to him, among the main commodities produced by Sarawak are liquefied natural gas (LNG) and palm oil, which are exported to countries such as Japan, Korea, China and India.
Tarif ini tidak menjejas secara mendalam kepada Sarawak sebab pertama ekspor kita tidak banyak pergi ke Amerika Syarikat dan juga komoditi kita kebanyakannya LNG yang dijual di Jepun dan juga sebagian Korea. Ini komoditi ekspor kita yang besar. Nombor duanya ialah kelapa sawit. Kelapa sawit kita jual di negeri China dan juga India. Dan selain daripada itu, ekspor kita yang lain banyaknya ke EU. Jadi kita tak banyak pergi ke Amerika.
He said this when met by the media after visiting advisor to the Ministry of International Trade, Industry and Investment, Mintrade, Datuk Sri Naruddin Majais, Hari Raya Aidilfitri 2025 open house on Tuesday. Also present was Sarawak Secretary Datuk Amar Muhammad Abu Bakar Marzuki, Deputy Minister of Infrastructure and Port Development and Sadong Jaya Assemblyman, Datuk Insinyur Aidil Lariwu, Deputy Sarawak Secretary Economic Planning and Development, Datuk Sri Dr. Muhammad Abdullah Zaidel, and Batang Sadong Member of Parliament Rodiah Sapii. Commenting on the semiconductor industry, Datuk Patinggi Abang Zohari explained that semiconductor chips manufactured in Sarawak are mostly exported to European countries.
Tetapi di Malaysia ni, industri yang terjejas ialah semiconductor. Dan kita punya semiconductor, kita punya chip daripada export banyaknya menuju ke European Union. Jadi tidak begitu menjejas lah. Tapi kalau menjejas pun minimal.
Previously, US President Donald Trump imposed a 24% reciprocal tariff on imports from Malaysia as part of the global trade war. Swedish companies are ready to further expand collaboration with the Sarawak government in facilitating green energy industry development in this region. Swedish Ambassador to Malaysia Nicholas Wiberg said the potential for collaborations with Sarawak in this regard was discussed given that more than 100 Swedish companies have been established in Malaysia. According to him, most of the aforementioned companies focus on the green energy industry.
The reason being because we have about over 100 Swedish companies, all the big Swedish companies that you might have information about, but I will mention just a few. It's ABB, SKF, Volvo Trucks, Ericsson, Scania, Alfa Laval, Atlas Copco. All of them have one thing in common. They invest a lot in the green transition and they're ready to cooperate and invest further in the relations with Sarawak. So that's what we discussed today, the importance of speeding up the work and to go ahead on joint projects together.
He said this when met by reporters after paying a courtesy call on the Sarawak Premier Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Dr. Abang Abdul Rahman Zohari Tun Dr. Abang Openg at Wisma Bapa Malaysia here on Wednesday. Explaining further, Nicholas revealed that among the matters discussed with Datuk Patinggi Abang Zohari were the developments of energy from waste, biomass and further discussing the exploration of hydrogen industry, which according to him is an important issue to be examined in this region.
It's very important that we also involve Sarawak into these discussions and also link it to the competence where we see in the Swedish business community.
Earlier, Datuk Patinggi Abang Zohari also received two other courtesy visits from Sarawak Affin Bank Berhad Banking Director Victor Liu and the Miri City Council led by its Mayor Adam Yi Siu Sang. Sarawak Secretary Dato' Amar Muhammad Abu Bakar Marzuki has urged all civil servants in the state to fully embrace a 3R approach, revisit, rethink, recharge as a part of their work culture to better align with the state's vision of becoming a developed region by 2030. In delivering the text Amanat April 2025 addressed for the Sarawak Civil Service SCS today, Dato' Amar Muhammad Abu Bakar stressed that the time has come for the public service machinery to recalibrate its mindsets, renew its commitment and realign its methods to meet the ambitious goals under the leadership of Sarawak Premier Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Dr. Abang Abdul Rahman Zohari Tun Datuk Abang Openg. He said the Premier's bold policies, including the Post-COVID-19 Development Strategy PCDS 2030, digital economic transformation, green and blue economies, hydrogen development, and the establishments of the Sovereign Wealth Fund, represent major shifts that demand an equally progressive civil service to support implementation. Dato' Amar Muhammad Abu Bakar reiterated his long-standing call for the public sector to operationalize the 3R mindset in daily governance. Departments and agencies must not remain trapped in outdated routines, he said, warning that delays, bureaucratic hurdles, and a reactive culture have no place in the new Sarawak administration. To further institutionalize the concept, he announced that every ministry and department is now required to undertake and document at least 10 initiatives guided by the Revisit, Rethink, Recharge approach this year under the coordinations of the Sarawak Transformation and Innovation Unit. Dato' Amar Muhammad Abu Bakar also spoke candidly about the growing demands placed upon civil servants by both public and state leadership. He stressed that the need to adopt a culture of urgency, outcome-based delivery and proactive action without having to wait for formal instructions. To address this, he called on department heads to adopt a more hands-on approach by spending more time on the ground, engaging with communities and gaining a real-time understanding of local issues. This, he said, is the only way to ensure timely, practical and people-centric interventions. He also reminded leaders across the civil service that they bear responsibility for ensuring their teams and conscientiously operate with integrity, transparency and accountability. Sarawak is ramping up efforts to bolster the global competitiveness of its agricultural sector through strategic collaborations and the implementations of a more comprehensive export network, including the operation of Collection, Processing, Packaging Centre CPPC at several key locations across the state. Deputy Minister for Food Industry, Commodity and Regional Development Food Industry, Dr. Abrahman Ismail, said the initiative is strongly supported by the Premier of Sarawak, Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Dr. Abang Abdul Rahman Zohari Tun Datuk Abang Openg, who has allocated a special funds of 10 million ringgit to subsidize air freight costs for agricultural products destined for international markets.
Beliau telah pun mengumumkan peruntukan khas. Ini 10 juta ini bukan untuk bangunan, ia adalah untuk tambang kapal terbang membawa produk pertanian daripada Sarawak untuk dieksport. Disebut Singapura lah. Tapi mungkin kita boleh explore pasaran Hong Kong. Untuk menggunakan peruntukan ini kita memerlukan macam mana kita nak menghubung petani produk kita untuk dijual ke pasaran di luar negara. Untuk tambang sudah ada.
He made these remarks during the signing ceremony of a joint venture agreement between the Sarawak State Farmers Organisations PPNS and Z-Top Resources in Berhad for the CPPC Tarat project held in Kuching on Tuesday. Dr. Abdurrahman, who is also the chairman of PPNS, explained that the establishment of the joint venture is a vital step in streamlining the export and processing operations of agricultural produce through the CPPC facilities. He further noted that this initiative builds upon the Premier's earlier strategic efforts in which the state governments channeled 15 million ringgit to PPNS since 2020 for the development and empowerment of Sarawak agricultural sector over the 5-year period. And that's an English edition with me, Saiful Bahri Muhammad. More news can be found in our official portal ukas.sarawak.gov.my and social media platforms, including Facebook and YouTube. Ending the UKAS Bulletin with the highlights from the 2025 Hari Raya Aidilfitri Open House celebration attended by the Sarawak Premier on Tuesday. #Saluran Informasi Rakyat. Have a good night.